nightingale. Once, long ago in China, lived an emperor. His palace had the most beautiful garden in the world. This garden ended near a dense forest. In one of the trees of the forest lived a nightingale. It sang so sweetly that everyone stopped still and listened to its song. Travelers came from all over the world to admire the emperor's palace and his garden. However, when they heard the nightingale's song, they said, "This is the best of all." Soon the emperor heard of the nightingale. "Is there such a bird in my empire? I never heard of it. I command the bird to be brought to my palace and made to sing before me." But where was the nightingale to be found? No one knew where it lived. At last, a poor little girl in the royal kitchen said, "I know where the nightingale lives. It lives in the forest. It sings melodiously. When I'm tired, I rest under the trees and listen to the nightingale's song. Its singing makes me forget everything." So the little girl led the way into the forest. Half the court went with her. After walking a long distance, the girl stopped near a tree. She pointed at a little gray bird up in the boughs. "This is the nightingale," she said softly. "It can't be possible," everyone said in disappointment. "How dull it looks." "Little nightingale," said the girl, "our emperor wishes you to sing before him." "My song sounds best in the forest," replied the nightingale. "But I will come to the palace because the emperor wants me to." So the nightingale went to the palace. The emperor looked at the bird and ordered it to sing. The nightingale sang so melodiously that the emperor had tears running down his cheeks. He ordered that the nightingale remain at the palace. It was kept in a golden cage and given the most delicious food. The whole city talked about the wonderful bird. When two people met, one said, "Nighting," and the other said, "Gale." This became a way of greeting. One day, the emperor received a parcel marked "The Nightingale." When he opened it, he was astonished. In it was a golden nightingale. There was a golden key lying beside it. The emperor wound up the golden nightingale with the golden key. It started singing a beautiful tune. 30 times it sang the same tune, and yet was not tired. The emperor said that the living nightingale ought to be shown this wonder. But where was the living nightingale? None had noticed that it had flown away out of the open window, back to the forest. "What does it matter? We have the best bird after all," said everyone. The golden bird was made to sing again and again until everyone knew its tunes by heart. So a whole year went by. Suddenly, the emperor fell ill. In his illness, he longed to hear a melodious song. "Music," he said. "Precious golden bird, sing. Your song will make me well again." But the bird stood still. It was worn out inside, and there was no music left in it. The emperor longed for music, but the bird could not sing. Then, from the windows, suddenly the most lovely song was heard. It was the little live nightingale that sat outside on a tree. It had heard of the emperor's illness and had come to sing to him. It sang the most beautiful song. As it sang, the emperor felt better. "Thanks," said the emperor. "You must always stay with me." "Not so," replied the nightingale. "I cannot live in a palace. I will come and sit on the tree by the window every evening and sing for you. But you must promise me one thing." "Anything," said the emperor. "Let not any bird live in a cage." The emperor smiled and said, "As you wish, my nightingale." The nightingale flew away happily, only to return the next day.